Oh my God, yeah, come here.
Oh, the computer's in the big corner. Sorry, guys, had to get some coffee. Who all's in here? Or how's your Monday morning? Aren't you driving right now? You're not supposed to be on your phone. Wow, greetings from Germany. Wow. Greetings from the United States. Oh, hey, from the Philippines. Thanks for stopping in. Must be nighttime over in the Philippines. What time is it in Germany? Thanks for stopping in, TV. Namlandia TV. Hopefully I'm saying that right. It's right here in Wisconsin. It's 10:49 a.m. on Monday. I don't know if it's Monday night over in the Philippines or Sunday night. I forgot how the timeline thing works. Philippines, 11:49 Monday. Okay. So you're 13 hours ahead of my time zone. That's cool. Nice weather over there, I'm assuming. I think it's in the 20s here right now. Anybody want to talk about anything? I thought I'd pop on and yeah, so far hot here and good for any bikers. Yeah, it's only in the 20s, 20 degrees Fahrenheit, still lots of snow on the ground. So nobody's biking here yet. For any of my viewers, if you guys want to check out each other's channels to support, I always encourage that. Swim to snow? Guess I'm not sure. You definitely don't want to swim in snow, that's for sure. Too cold. Thanks for stopping by, Majestic. Appreciate your support. Yeah, it's kind of a cloudy, overcast day here right now. Your husband lives in San Francisco? That's nice. That's a nice city, I've heard. My dad used to live there decades ago. He always loved it. I've only been there once, but that was just at the airport. I didn't get a chance to look around the city. And Sunshine, you don't have to call me sir. We can kind of skip the formalities and definitely don't have to call me sir. Don't have to call me sir, guys. I'm just a regular person. Thank you for if that's your custom, but in the United States, when you call somebody sir, that means that you're in the military, or sometimes you might call your father sir, depending on what the rules of your family are. LAJ5126, thanks for stopping in. Thanks for watching. It's always nice to see new faces. Well, not faces, but new channels stopping in on this overcast, cloudy Monday morning. Hope everybody's having a good day wherever you are. We've got some people from the Philippines. Another viewer from Petersburg. So, Sunshine, why is your husband in San Francisco, if you don't mind me asking? Montreal. Hello, Montreal. You're north of even me. What's the weather like there for you? It's in the 20s here in Wisconsin. Plenty of snow on the ground still. We just got heavy snowfall a couple days ago. Hi, Ann. Is it Ann or Annie? Thanks for tuning in, Ann. Where are you from? We're all kind of giving a background on where we live. I'm in Wisconsin, of course. I'm assuming most everybody knows where that is. Okay. Well, I wish him the very best on completing his paperwork, whatever he needs to get done. Wishing you guys the best with that. Hopefully it works out for you. Here in America, we love our coffee. Every morning, coffee. We have to have our coffee. We must have coffee. It's a ritual. I kind of wonder if I'm addicted to coffee, to be honest with you. I mean, I know I wouldn't die if I didn't have coffee, but I would certainly miss it. Hey, Jasmine. Happy Monday morning, if it's Monday for you. For some people, it's Monday night. Yeah, I hear you. I usually drink coffee up till like 2 in the afternoon. I don't want it to keep me up at night, but I could drink it all day. I could start buying decaf and just drink that, but I kind of think that is the whole point of drinking coffee, is for the caffeine and the taste. Monday afternoon there. Yeah, it's 10:57 here in Wisconsin. Thanks, Jasmine. Appreciate it. Very nice of you. Have any of you guys done lives on your channels yet? Rolling, where are you at? I can't remember what part of the state. I know you probably told me. I don't remember. We just got dumped on up here in northern Wisconsin. We got, how many? I think we got 10 inches. Yeah, this is my second live. I kind of enjoy it because I can actually interact with other people on here. Whereas making videos, it's not so, it's more informal. This way I can kind of get to know people a little bit better using this format. So, and it's a good way for other channels to get to know each other and make connections in the chat section and expand your viewership too. Nope, you're not late. There's no such thing as being late to a live stream. At least you made it. Hi, Abby. Hi, Rena. 11 inches. Well, we're not supposed to get that here. Did you get the snowfall that we just got up here? Because we just got around 10 inches. Now I'm going to have to check the weather. Yeah, by all means, you guys support each other if you want. Check each other's channels out. That's another reason why I like doing these live streams, is for people to come together and get to know each other and advocate for everybody's channel that tunes in. Yeah, I lost 2 chicks. That first video I posted where I bought the 1-day-olds. Well, you saw in the video, I considered editing that out, but that's kind of the reality of raising chickens. You know, raising any kind of livestock, you're going to have loss. It's kind of just part of life in general, is dying. So I kept that in the video. I wasn't able to save her. I don't know. You know, sometimes they just don't make it, unfortunately. And it was kind of a hectic day on the chicks. They had done a lot of traveling that day. The store had just gotten them in. I'm not sure from how far away the chicks travel. Do I name the chicks? No, I don't. I know a lot of chicken keepers do. We've got a handful, you know. First of all, it's very hard to differentiate between chickens, especially when they're the same breed. And a lot of them, you know, we have named a handful of chickens, but typically it's the ones that we might just have one of that breed so we can name them. Yeah, they did replace. I went to the store. I called the lady that day, and they have a 24-hour warranty, if you want to call it that, for lack of better words. And so I did get two. I bought some more chickens, and I did get two replacements. They don't require you to bring in the carcass. It's just kind of a honor system. I'm fairly certain that they know that most people that buy chickens probably aren't out to scam anybody. So, yeah, they were good about replacing the two. I lost the second one that evening. It actually, it kind of was in the same condition and acted the same way as the first chick. It was just lethargic, stopped kind of moving, kind of became just almost became immobile. Yep. Thanks, Jasmine. Everybody is, that's what I like to see, is other channels checking out and supporting each other. So if you guys want to check out Jasmine's channel, maybe consider supporting her as well. That's what it's all about. Yeah, I've actually got the chicks right here. Let me turn my laptop so you can see. Hopefully you can see them here. Those are my Cornish cross here. And then over here, I've got my ISA Browns and my two Americanas. I don't know, the video quality on the laptop isn't the best, but the Cornish are really getting big. That's to be expected. They just grow at an astronomical rate. Of course, they're chicks, so they're molting already. They're getting in their regular feathers. Yep, there's a lot of peeping going on. All these guys are going to be turning a week here in a couple days. We hear it all night long. Yeah, it's always, you know, that's kind of one of the pleasures of spring, is not only, or late winter, is knowing that spring, summer coming, and then getting your chicks too. And that's a yearly thing every spring. I like getting mine as early as possible, just so they can start laying earlier in the fall. And also so I can process the Cornish cross earlier too. It's always nice to do that in June. Not as hot in June here. Whereas if you wait later in the season to buy chicks, then you're going to end up doing them in July and August. And, you know, hot, even Wisconsin gets really hot. I'd rather just avoid that if I can. Happy to see you guys are supporting one another. That's very cool. Well, we raise two kinds. We raise chickens for eggs, of course, and then we raise chickens for thanks for stopping in. Thanks for watching. Anyway, we raise chickens for eggs, and we raise chickens for meat. You don't, as far as why we do it, we raise chickens. Well, the most obvious reason is that it's nice to know, you know, what you're getting when you're getting eggs from chickens in your backyard, when you're eating chickens that you raised from the day they were born to the last day. So you know what they ate. There's no mystery there. There's peace of mind in knowing what's in your food, and knowing that there's things that aren't in your food. So anyway, it's nice to be able to eat and provide for yourself. And it's also nice to be able to provide organic eggs to people that are looking for them. Neighbors, friends. Is it cheaper? It costs money to raise chickens, of course. You have to, in the winter, you have to buy feed. In the summer, I like to, for the egg layers, well, all my chickens, I free range as they can. I mean, they're in the run right now, even, but there's not a lot of bugs or seeds for them right now this time of year, but they don't just sit in the coop. They definitely come out, and they're always looking for whatever they can find just on their own. But feed, there is a cost for feed. With the Cornish cross, you have to supplement them with feed because they're not good free rangers. They need feed or they'll never fill out. They can never sustain themselves on just free ranging alone. So the Cornish cross, I would say 80% of their diet is provided by myself in the form of feed. Yeah, no GMOs. That's true. That's kind of one of the things I was talking about, being reassured that none of those things are in there. You don't have those same assurances when you go to the store and buy food off the shelf. You don't know what the history of that product, that animal is, so I love that idea of being able to provide for yourself. Yep. No, I haven't heard about keeping them on the chick feed throughout. I mean, I don't really have an opinion on it one way or another. How important it is to feed your chickens certain feeds, I can't really say. This is my third year, so I haven't formed strong opinions one way or another on what's right, what's wrong, what works better. Could you do that? I'm sure that you could. I buy feed that's typically the cheapest or that's on sale. And, the only different feed I buy is I do buy the chick starter for the chicks, and I'll feed that to them until they start laying, or I'll switch them off it and just give them standard layer feed, depending on the cost. And they've done well with just feeding them standard layer too. It's about cost for us. I'm not trying to optimize anything in terms of their laying. I buy production breeds, which lay, more than heritage breeds do, because they're hybrids. They've been bred for egg laying. Hey, Wyatt, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate all you guys stopping in. It's always nice to see you guys. Well, not see you, but talk to you. You know what I mean? Yep, I feed our chickens lots of scraps, vegetables. Nothing goes to waste in my house that's organic. The chickens or my dog, get absolutely 100% of everything. Nothing ever gets thrown in the garbage or not used. And there's what's the word I'm looking for? It's enjoyable knowing that you're not wasting. I really hate wasting. I hate contributing to waste in any form. So, and let's say, for instance, if I had something that the chickens didn't want, because there are foods that they won't eat for whatever reason. There's also some foods that they can't eat. Yeah, the chick feed is high in protein, but if there's some foods that the chickens can't or won't eat, I'll use that in my compost, and then that'll be implemented in my garden. So nothing goes to waste here. There's enough waste, pollution going on in this world. I don't want to, I know that I do contribute to that through garbage. But I try to recycle what garbage I can too. I really try to minimize my our family's footprint on this planet. Hi from Manitoba. Thanks for stopping in, you guys. Hope you're having some nice weather up there. It's let me check my phone here. I always end up talking about the weather, but right now it's 25 here. It's 11:13 a.m. Monday. And it says on my phone we're supposed to have 35 for a high and 23 for a low. And I'm hoping that we don't get 11 inches like Rolling Homestead was talking about. And I hate to keep harping on the same message, but for anybody that's just tuning in, if you want to check out and support the other channels in the chat feed, I always encourage that for everybody, just to get to know each other and see what everybody else is doing that this live stream is bringing together. Yeah, we're going to be right around the 30 mark here for the next week, unfortunately. And looking at our forecast, we're not going to be getting the snowfall that Rolling Edibles is getting. Yeah, I know. But you know how it is here. I told my wife that there's no predicting the weather, that's for sure. Any time of year, but especially it's so unpredictable in March, April. But we just got to tough it out. We've made it through this far. We made it through this far through 5-6 months of winter. We can tough out the next couple weeks. Spring is coming. It's April, so. Oh, really? How you raise worms? Earthworms? I have to check that out. Well, obviously it must be night crawlers. How you raise them? Yeah, I've actually been interested in doing that myself. I've got some grass here, but after this basically the only grass that you can see now since we got dumped on a couple days ago is just where I shovel out paths to do chores. And the sun melted it actually the following day. That's down to grass, but we had a lot more. We had a lot of grass showing here prior to a couple days ago. Yeah. Yeah, and we have chickens too, so we wanted to hi Snowy White, hi Roger. Thanks for tuning in. Feel free to introduce yourselves if you want. Feel free to check out other channels. Yep, worms are definitely good for in your garden for, I think they're good for aerating your soil. That's something I want to actually do with my yard this year is aerate it. That helps with pests, and it helps, well, just allow your lawn to aerate, and allows the water to get down in your grass so you get a stronger grass layer, more thick. Yep, no problem. I love supporting other channels, other small channels, because we're a small channel, and we're, you know, if the small channels aren't kind of looking out for each other, basically there's not going to be any small channels. It's just going to be really large channels that kind of get boring and mundane, in my opinion. I love small channels because there's a lot more character and just uniqueness to the channels. There's quite a few good channels that I'm seeing in the chat log right now. Rolling Homestead, I don't think I've ever seen you do a live. You got a great channel. I love watching your channel. Yeah. Wyatt, I was going to actually tell you, I actually put you on my, what's it called? Preferred channel list, I think, on my homepage. The Wyatt Life, just to, you know, hopefully potentially get a few more people over your way that might happen to stop on my channel. Rolling Homestead actually directed my attention to that. I didn't even know that was an option. He had put my channel on his preferred channel list, which I appreciate. And that's just a little show of gratitude and a sign of just a way for small channels to support other small channels, particularly ones that, you know, are showing interest in your channel too. So always pay attention to people that, you know, watch and comment on my videos the most. I'll be paying attention to see who joins live streams the most. Obviously, none of us can join everybody's live streams because we have lives of our own, but you can certainly see some channels make more of an effort than others to have a genuine relationship, a symbiotic relationship with your channel. So yeah, I haven't really, like I said, this is only my second live stream, so I haven't done any shout outs. I guess my way of doing shout outs is just encouraging everybody to check out and support the other channels that have joined the live stream. I've done that myself when I've joined live streams, checked out and supported other channels. Yeah. No, don't unsupport me here, Rolling, but I'm actually not a Packer fan, so I'm a Viking fan. I was born in Minnesota, but I moved here when I was 2. But I'm a Minnesota sports fan. That will always be the case. And I cannot stand the Packers. Don't hate me for that. So am I a cheesehead? Yes, I am a cheesehead because I live in Wisconsin, but I am not and never will be a Packer fan. Yeah, it seems like I do have a lot of supporters that are foreign channels. And so, you know, I have nothing but positives to say about them too. And the other thing that I've noticed too is that when people say that, they're going to continue supporting you and not to unsupport, that I don't lose a lot of my viewers and my supporters. I've noticed my numbers hold true and pretty strong. So that's always encouraging to see that too. I never unsupport anybody once I've supported their channel because I have no reason, when I'm seeking support for my channel, I'm certainly not going to go out of my way to stop supporting somebody else's channel. I won't support anybody's channel that, if I didn't agree with, or if they were doing something illegal or harmful. Obviously, I'm not going to support any kind of channel like that, but I've supported many channels that are overseas, and it's always interesting to enjoy, seeing different ways of life, different cultures. It really expands your horizons, I think, as a human being, seeing the different ways that people live around this world. So I definitely don't limit my channel's support to just American channels. I support channels from around the world. Okay, good, hon. Glad you made it safe. My wife is going to see her friend's baby that she just had this morning. She just brought our daughter down with her. We just became new parents again a little over 7 weeks ago. Our daughter will be 8 weeks this month, or this week rather. I know Rolling's a parent, and I know that the Wyatt Life is a parent. Are any of you guys parents out there? Anybody with kids? I haven't scheduled either of my live streams. I've just done them when I was able to. You're a grandparent? No, I'm getting close to being there. How old are your okay, Snowy, you've got a baby girl. Congrats. We've got a baby girl too. She's 7 weeks old. My actual oldest is 19. She'll be 20 this year. So my oldest is 20, and I have a 7-week-old. So got quite the range of children. And you're right, Roger, about learning things. There's so much knowledge being shared on here. It's just amazing to me. It's almost anything that you want. It's almost limitless in terms of the range of knowledge that's available, being shared. I love learning in general. Rolling's back. I thought he clicked off once I said I'm a Vikings fan. 36 by you, yeah. Yeah, I'm 41. I was just telling everybody we just had a daughter 7 weeks ago, so I'm the father to a 7-week-old, and my oldest is 20 years old. So, Jasmine, you're 9, still a kid. I take it you must be on Easter break. No, my kids are on Easter break still. Oh, too busy? Yeah, I can't honestly say that I have time to watch the games, but I certainly support my team. Hope you guys had a good Easter. We cooked up one of our Cornish cross that I processed last summer. We had that with some mashed potatoes and biscuits and gravy. Very good. You guys homeschool? Yeah, that's the state is great for homeschooling. I believe in homeschooling strongly. It should be every parent's right to raise their own children as they see fit. So I strongly advocate for that. Yeah, and of course, when you homeschool, you can schedule your kids you can schedule their education as you see fit, whatever works for your family. I'm well versed in Wisconsin law on homeschooling, so it's one of the better states to live in terms of parents' rights to homeschool. I'd like to see a lot more people homeschool their kids, as long as the children are so they can still be successful in the real world. I should add that caveat to it, because you don't want to hinder their success as adults if you're not able to provide the knowledge that they're going to need to be successful. That's just my opinion. Yep. And there's no law on when you have to. I believe that you do. Well, you have to keep a calendar, or you don't have to keep a calendar, actually. It's good to document the hours that you do dedicate to homeschooling the kids, just in case the school district was to ask. The school district, I think they're legally allowed to ask, not for the hours. It might be the hours, but I've never heard of our school district asking for homeschooling hours from families that are involved in that. And I think that there's just countless reasons why I, support and advocate homeschooling. Like I said, I think I support a parent's right to raise their children as they choose, and without government interference. I don't think that the government should be telling any family how you have to raise your children, because their values and criteria for what they feel kids need to learn could strongly differ from a parent's. And parents should have that opportunity, that choice to raise your children at home if they're able to do that. Thanks for tuning in, Jasmine. Thanks for stopping in, Roger. Appreciate it. You guys take care. Okay. Thanks for stopping in, Snowy White. See you later. Hey, Carolina. Thanks for stopping in. Where are you from? I know you stopped in our last live stream. I just can't remember, so I apologize. Having some good conversation here about interesting and important topics. So, all right, Snowy. Yeah, hopefully, if you have a live, I'll check it out too. Hey, James, I didn't see that you joined. I see that up here now, higher. Nope, I've never been to Ireland. I was in the military, but I was never in Ireland. Everything that I've seen of that country, though, is absolutely gorgeous. That's where you're from? I live in northern Wisconsin. There's a big difference weather-wise in terms of where you live at in the state. I would say 15-degree weather difference at times. It's probably 10 to 15 degrees warmer in the southern part of the state as opposed to where I live. I don't really like saying specifically where I live, just because I have a family and small children, but we live in the northern part. Not to say that you're a weirdo or a psychopath, but I'd rather not say exactly where we live, just to you never know who's going to watch this video, so there might be some unstable individuals out there that would love to stalk people. So I don't want to put my family at risk by saying specifically where we live. I'll just leave it at that. We live in northern Wisconsin. So yeah, I'm in my dining room right now. Behind me is my kitchen, as I'm sure you can see by the pots and pans and the fridge over there. I've got my I'm sitting at my kitchen table. My dining room's kind of a mess right now because we've got our chicks in some 100-gallon poly tanks that are right next to me. So that's typically where our kitchen table sits. So where those tanks are, and then over there is our living room. Oh, so she lived down in Madison. Many farms. Oh, yeah, there's lots of farms here. Lots of farm. Lots of cornfields. Lots of farms everywhere in Wisconsin, it seems like. Corn is by far the most widely used crops planted in Wisconsin. At least in mid to northern Wisconsin, they are. I would assume in southern Wisconsin as well, but can't say for sure. Yeah, it'd be nice, Roland. It's a great idea. I'm always looking for, there's a strong kinship between people that live in the same state, people that kind of live the same way of life, in some aspects. I think that whether you live, in the middle of the woods or you live, we live in the city, within the city limits, but we have a half-acre lot, slightly more than that. It's like 0.52, but we have a really great lot. I've got access to snowmobile and ATV trails right up my backyard. Actually, the city opened up ATVs on the that can legally be driven on the streets now too. So can't say that I know him. No. There's definitely a lot of Larsons around. I've heard of Larsons for sure. It's not a uncommon name up here. Some of them may or may not be related. Can't say I know him particularly though. Yeah, we don't have Facebook at all. This is my only social media that I have right now. Oh, I'm gonna have to write his name down. What's his channel name, James? They'll definitely check out his channel. Is it under his name? Northern Wisconsin Farming. Yeah, I might be a supporter of his right now. I'm not sure. I'll verify that though, because definitely support his channel if I'm not already. Northern Wisconsin Farming, nice. I got to make one of those waters that Rolling, you did a video on how to make those chicken waters. Those look pretty slick. I've seen those before in the store, but I didn't want to spend 20 some bucks on a pail. So I definitely have to do that. Thanks, Carolina. Appreciate it. Appreciate the shout outs. Hi, Lola. Thanks for stopping by. Where are you from? If you don't mind letting everybody know. Carolina? So are you guys, so we have two different Carolinas in here? Hi, Marie. Thanks for stopping. Carolina. Okay. Carolina. I apologize. I didn't know that's how you pronounce it. Okay. Carolina. Thanks, Unicorn. Appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate your support. We're doing good here. It's Monday, 11:42 a.m. Kind of a cloudy, overcast day. A little bit of sun. Lots of snow on the ground. It's right around 30 degrees probably. How are you doing? Yep, it's 29 degrees here. All right. Yeah, I always try to stay active with everybody's channel that I support, particularly the ones that support mine. Definitely try to make time to check out what y'all are doing. Every year, James, we grow different crops. Last year, we grew a lot of squash. We based our garden, which I'm going to be expanding this year, but last year was mostly squash and tomatoes and a few pumpkins. Thanks, Terminator. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate anybody that takes time out of their day to check out live streams. It's always nice. Thanks, Keto. I hope I'm saying that right. Keto or Keto? She's got a great channel over there for eating healthy. Strongly recommend checking out Keeping It Simple's channel. A lot of great recipes on her channel. But you take care. Oh yeah, I always till up my soil in the spring, and then I'll till it under again in the fall. It's best to not over-till, but I like to till before planting and then after harvest too. Yeah, Roland, she's got a pretty cool channel. I mean, if you're into eating pretty healthy too, it seems like you pay attention to nutrition in your food, and I don't know if it's a dietary choice or a medical necessity for her in terms of what she eats, but she eats a lot of sugar-free, healthy food. Hey, Jerry, thanks for stopping in. All the way from Houston, huh? We're up in Wisconsin here. Yep, chicks are right next to me. I showed everybody a couple times there. I'm sitting in the dining room, and I've got the chicks and the tubs here sitting in the dining room to keep them warm. Hey, Kathleen, thanks for stopping by. You made both live streams. Appreciate your support. Right now, chickens, I've got 13 adults, 13 layers right now. And right now we've got 10 Cornish cross that we just bought, which I made a video of that with my daughter. And then I've got 2 Americanas and probably around a dozen ISA browns. The Americanas and the ISAs are egg layers. Yeah, no problem, James. Thanks for stopping in. It was good talking to you. Good luck with the milking. You got 3 production laying hens. What breed do you have? Unicorns? And you're in downtown, so that means you're in the city. What kind of a setup do you have going on for your place? Yeah, I hear you with the Wisconsin winters. Definitely. I mean, I'm still young enough where it's not affecting my health or limiting what I do in the winter. But, I understand where you're coming from in terms of how the cold can start affecting your body the older you get. I'm sure I don't anticipate leaving Wisconsin. I'll probably die here, but you never know. My family, I've got a wife. She's not here right now. She's on the road. She's going to visit a friend that just had a baby this morning. We just had a daughter that's 7 weeks old. And my son, he's 4 years old. I've got a 6-year-old daughter, an 8-year-old son, and a 20-year-old daughter. Thanks. Yeah. It serves a purpose. That's not even all the pots we have, but that's a lot of the ones that we use. It's nice to free up space in your cupboards by having those pot racks. Hey, Digwell, thanks for stopping in. Miserable weather over there. It's 29 degrees Fahrenheit here. What that translates to in Celsius, I don't know, but it's still winter weather. Lots of snow on the ground. Just to give you an idea of what Fahrenheit means, 32 degrees Fahrenheit is freezing. So right now we're currently below freezing. Lots of snow on the ground and kind of basically an overcast day. Not heavy overcast because it's still pretty bright outside, but it's kind of just a kind of day. What's the weather like over by you, Digwell? Rhode Island Reds, yeah, those are good layers. Oh, you have a backyard in downtown? Okay. I was thinking like you live in a skyscraper or something like that, but I guess my knowledge of cities is fairly limited. Cold makes you hurt. Yeah, I've known many people as you get older, just makes it harder on the joints, especially if you have certain medical conditions like arthritis, etc. Yeah, no problem, Terminator. Just like to reiterate, for anybody that just joined and hasn't heard me, I always advocate and recommend that people check out other viewers' channels that are stopping in. 61 is 16, 83 is 28. Okay. I'll definitely remember the 61 is 16. 83 is 28. I don't know if I'll remember that. It's damp over there, Digwell. So damp, by damp, I'm assuming you mean like rain. Because it's snowy here. It's not snowing, but lots of snow on the ground. I wouldn't consider it damp. I just consider it cold. Thanks for stopping by, Marie. You have a great day. Yeah, I'm sure that, okay, 82 is 28. Okay, I can remember that. Yeah, I was wondering how I was going to remember that 83 is 28. I was trying to figure out what the relationship there was for that. Thanks for clarifying that. Mountain Ghost, you live in the desert. Weather's boring. Yeah, the weather, the desert's definitely not a place where I care to live. I've been in the desert before, and it's just it's not my thing. I've grown up in the woods, in the country, rivers, trees, you know, that kind of environment. I can never imagine living in a desert type environment. Just it would feel like a alien. It feels like an alien environment when I am in a desert. So it's just not something that's appealing to me. But to each their own. You know, everybody. Sometimes people are more adaptive to their surroundings than I am. I'm kind of a guy that likes. I'm just comfortable in what I know, I guess, and what I've always known. If that makes sense. And I don't like extremely hot weather. I don't like snakes. I don't like poisonous anything that can bite me. You know, the kinds of things that you find in deserts or in warmer climates. I don't like that kind of stuff. Thanks, Junior. Thanks for stopping in. Light rain on and off. Yeah, I hear you there. There's nothing wrong with complaining about it. We're all, you know, everybody over there is probably thinking it. There's nothing wrong with whining. It's kind of therapeutic to whine about your troubles, you know. I think that's just human nature. As long as you don't take it too far. I play games on Xbox One when I do play. So, yeah, I agree with you there, Rolling. It's not a fun. It's not a place. I just don't care for the sand. I just don't care for the desert in general. I guess I'm not saying that it's you can't find beauty in that environment. I think that you certainly can. It's just not somewhere I want to live. I like having trees around me. You know, I like having grass. I like having snow. It comes to a point where there's enough. Enough is enough with the snow, but it's still. I can't imagine not having snow during the winter. Christmas without winter. Camel spiders too. Yeah. Ugh. Spiders, man. Could do without that. Definitely not. Yeah. Ugh. We get spiders in the house here, and trying to figure out what I can do to. We have problems with little brown sugar ants, and then spiders. Spiders, we have a problem with year round, and any spider, any bug that comes in the house is getting killed because it's not supposed to be in our house. If it's outside, I usually leave stuff alone, but if it comes in our house, that's where I draw the line. It's getting killed. Yeah, water and trees, I agree. Got to have that. You need that. Yeah, here in northern part of Wisconsin, you know, what you have to worry about the most in terms of insects that could potentially be lethal are ticks and mosquitoes. And that's obviously not due to any venom, but it's due to the viruses that they inject in your blood when they bite you. And so that's what you always, I mean, mosquitoes and ticks are by far your biggest concern living in Wisconsin. Oh man, I can't imagine getting bit by a rattlesnake. Wow. I've watched some of those rattlesnake roundup videos, and I'm just thinking to myself, there is no way in the world. I just can't see myself venturing out in rattlesnake country I think I would have like anxiety attack or something. Yeah, we had a big spider in the bathtub. My wife turned on the water. It was down in the drain for some reason. It came running out of there. Ugh. Snowboarding, yeah. There's some ski resorts are kind of few and far between in this part of the state. You have to do some driving to get to. I couldn't even tell you what the nearest one is because I'm not a snowboarder or skier, but you have to drive definitely over an hour to get to the nearest one. Do they? I've wondered about those ultrasonic devices that you plug in. They say that they repel insects. I've kind of been skeptical just because I don't have enough working knowledge on whether those are effective or not. It's good to hear that they are. Yeah, we have some pine snakes. I mean, they do their range. I've seen a handful of pine snakes, not many. They're definitely by far the biggest snake up here. I don't think that, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Rolling, but I don't think that pine snakes are venomous. I don't think, up here in northern Wisconsin, we don't have any venomous snakes. Inner thigh, bite to the inner thigh. How did he get bit way up there? Was it on the ground? All right, Terminator, I'll see you. Jerry, you're still here. Nice to see you. Yeah, I definitely prefer to avoid them. I've heard stories of, I remember my dad told me a story that he saw a pine snake when he was a kid and it was stretched across both sides of the road. It was a one lane dirt road, but still, I mean, you got to think that was probably 8 feet. I don't know if maybe his imagination was, or his memory wasn't true to fact, but I know that they can get like around 6 feet long, maybe longer. I guess I'm not sure. Yeah, the lake effect snow. You can definitely get really dumped on without a doubt. We're not close enough to the Great Lakes to be affected by the lake effect, but it definitely has a strong effect on your weather year round. Yeah, I know you've got timber rattlers down there, and oh man, I just cannot stand snakes, man. It's almost a phobia for me. Talk to you later, Han. Thanks for watching. Not a fan of cats. Are we talking about domesticated cats that live in your house? Went through the baler? What happened to it? What was left of it? Yeah, I can't imagine getting bit by a snake down on the ground, man. Oh, mountain lions? Yeah, we've got there's been actually a handful of reported sightings of mountain lions around here. Some caught on trail cams. but I don't think that they have a. They're kind of an animal that is basically, they've got a huge range, so they're just passing through. I don't think there's any mountain lions that actually live in this area. All right, Dagwell, thanks so much for stopping in. It's good talking to you. Take care over there. Yeah, they are beautiful. I agree. That's why you don't go out in the woods without a firearm. Jesus. Oh my God. Yeah, they can bite after. I've seen videos of that where the head is still biting after it's been severed from the body. Unreal. That's scary. Not a good thing. I can't imagine how traumatic that would be. Worry more about the two legs? Yeah. Depending where you're at. That's why it doesn't hurt to have a firearm on you at all times. You never know. If you don't protect yourself, who's gonna, right? It's kind of your duty to protect yourself and your family. Anawa, I'm not even familiar with where I'd have to look, see what part of the state that is. We had a couple up here and are passed through. That's what I was referring to earlier with the trail cam photos. Mountain Ghost, have you done any live streams? Yeah. Yeah, I actually didn't think I'd ever actually even have any interest in doing a live stream. But for whatever reason, I just was like, what the heck? I'm going to give this a try. I did it, and, it's similar to this. You never know, who's going to be available to tune in. But I've enjoyed both of these, doing them. It's always nice to talk with other people, especially when it's productive and interesting conversation. That never gets old. I think if you're thinking about it, it's something that it's not. I didn't set any expectations on mine when I did this. I really it becomes more interesting, and if the more people that you have tune in, because then you've got more comments to kind of talk about, and it makes it more interesting, obviously, when there's more people tuning in. But as long as there's a conversation taking place, I think it's worthwhile to have, interesting to have. Well, I don't have the problem with talking too much. I'm a better listener than a speaker, but I think anybody has the ability to talk. You know, there's certain things I could probably talk more about than others. I mean, I don't have a problem listening to people that talk a lot as long as it's something that I want to hear, I guess, you know. Yeah, rolling, we can definitely do that. If you want to, we can try to schedule something out and a time that works for both of our houses. Definitely check that out. Might be interesting. You've got a pretty big viewership over there on your channel, so could draw in quite a few viewers, I think, for your channel. Yeah, I've never seen the multiple feeds thing, to be honest with you. Be interesting to do that. I'm not sure how do you tie multiple streams in though, so that you could see it on just your screen? Because, you know, when I'm looking at my screen, I see just myself, and I see, you know, on the right side of the screen is the chat chat section for the viewers. Hey, Curly, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. Hi to you. Hope you're having a great day. I'm just wondering how you tie in multiple streams. Are you able to see the other streamers, or do you have to kind of click on the tabs on the top of your computer in order to see everybody else? You guys have any knowledge about that? Do it on a Saturday? Okay. I can try to do that if depend, you know, when the kids are home. I'll definitely try to yeah, see, that's the thing. When I made a video about how to go live, my phone is not updated to a see, I'm doing mine on my laptop, of course. I can't go live on my phone. I really wish that I could. I think it's a lot more handy if you're able to do that. My phone is still stuck on Android 4.3.2. The minimum requirement's 5.0. And I haven't found any resolution to that from tech support. I've got a Samsung Galaxy 5. A lot more viewers on a Saturday, yeah. Typical work weeks, Monday through Friday. So, yeah, makes sense that you would get more viewers on a Saturday. We'll have to figure that out. Mountain Ghost, if that's something that you'd be interested in doing, maybe we can tie it all together for the three of us. What kind of work do you do, rolling? I can't remember if you've ever talked about that in any of your videos. Chicks are doing great. They're right next to me. I'll since you just tuned in, I'll let you take a peek at them. Those are the Cornish Cross. Those are the meat birds right there. Got 10 of them. And then down there are the ISA Browns and 2 Americanas. Those are the egg layers. and they're right in my dining room. So I'm doing this live stream off my laptop in my dining room on my kitchen table. Where the chicks are is typically where my kitchen table sits. But yeah, they're doing good. Thanks for asking. I lost 2 the first day, 2 of the ISA Browns. Wasn't able to save them. They just said I think it was just too much on their tiny little body, too much travel. Not having they can't regulate their body temperature for the first couple days. They need to be in heat for it's a lot of stress on them when they don't have additional heat. I think between the travel and being out of heat, that's what spelled their demise. Tool and die maker, nice. Well, it's a skilled trade, man. That's cool. Your computer's running your ICOM. Okay, I don't even know what that is. Sorry. I'm not very tech savvy. I apologize. Yeah, chicks they're healthy. You know, they're lively, they're healthy, rambunctious little guys and girls. The Cornish Cross are straight run chickens, meaning that's chicken speak for their boys and girls, hens and roosters. I live in the city limits. I can't have roosters, but these Cornish Cross will be processed long before they start any of the boys start crowing. So I'm not worried about that. They'll get processed the same as the hens. And you never know. You can't really tell. I can't tell by looking at the birds whether they're male or female. I'm not good with sexting chickens. I don't have a desire to know how to do it. Yeah, they're yep, the Cornish Cross. Well, they're all getting bigger. I don't know if you could tell from the first video. I did a video when I first bought them. Yeah, and I mentioned in the video that the Cornish Cross, they've been bred, you know, thousands of times, based on, you know, the traits which people buy them for, which is a really full breast, and they mature extremely quickly. I mean, these birds, depending on how big you want your chicken to get, some people process them, you know, as soon as like 6 weeks. I'll wait till around, I'm shooting for probably 10 weeks. You never know for sure, but based on my experience from last year, 10 weeks is a good number. You get a really good size carcass out of 10 weeks. So that's what we'll probably shoot for again, is 10 weeks. And then my egg layers, they should start laying in as early as 20 weeks. So it's a long wait, but it's worth the wait though too, because these ISAs will be good layers. They'll give us around 300 eggs each a year for the first year. Their first year is their best year for laying. Then once they get a year old, their production drops down. After 2 years, chickens' egg production drops way down. I don't keep chickens that are older than 2 years old, just because it's not beneficial to keep chickens that are older than 2 years old, because they're basically just taking up coop space. They're eating feed that other more productive chickens could be utilizing. So I'll sell any chickens that I have that are 2 years old or older. Some chickens, they don't even live much longer than 2 years, so depending on the breed. Definitely going to call somebody a meat bird. What do you mean by that? You guys will have to entertain yourselves for a minute while I go relieve myself of some of the coffee I drink. All right, sorry about that, guys. I'm back. It's like I got a couple of you stuck around. Actually, a weird side note is I actually prefer to relieve myself outside than in the house, because that's kind of returning stuff to nature rather than flushing it down. And I'm talking about going pee, not number two. I like taking my number ones outside just because it's the fresh air is good, and also just why should you flush that down the toilet when it can be utilized by the soil in your plants? So I'm kind of a weird guy like that, but that's my thing. That's my logic for why I like doing that. Saves water too. Yep, I agree. Every time you flush, we have, like I said, we live in the city limits, so we have city water and sewer. So we're charged, obviously, for our water use. What we run, they bill it as whatever you use is what you're flushing down, or is going down the drain. So there's a flat rate, and then they charge you, I don't know if it's by the gallon or by what the rate is after you hit a certain threshold, but the less that we use, the better. I like limiting my showers, my shower time. My wife isn't so good at that, but us guys are better at taking shorter showers. I don't give her a hard time about taking longer showers usually, just because I know women, they've got more stuff to wash than we do. So it makes sense that they have to take a little bit longer shower, and they usually smell better than us anyway. So we don't want them smelling like us. At least I don't. Septic tank, no. You can try a live stream right now, bud. If you do, yeah, I might wrap up mine here because I'm down to 3 viewers right now. It's not the best time. I can check yours out. No, Curly, I don't have a septic tank. Like I said, we live in the city limits, so we have city water. Good to see you guys subbing each other. It's all about small channel support. You got to kind of look out for each other. You know, big channels aren't going to help us become successful. We got to help each other with that. So it's nice to see that partnership going on. Rolling said he's going to try to live stream. So if he does that, I'll probably wrap mine up. And I've got time right now on my hands for a little bit to go check out his live stream. So once he starts his, I'll probably wrap mine up. And if you guys have time to check out his live stream, go ahead and do that. It's kind of neat to go from one channel's home and then, you know, switch over to another channel, and then you're they're opening up their home to you. So it's kind of a cool deal. And he's probably a far more interesting guy to listen to than me. So his voice isn't as monotone as mine. I've got an extremely monotone voice. It's just like, there's not a lot of range with it. Yeah, I agree. You know, none of us, well, I'm not. My channel, I can't monetize my channel right now because I haven't hit the thresholds that are needed. But I totally agree. Once you you start becoming really successful, then you're just creating content that is going to, you know, just get views and viewing minutes. So it's no longer about really the viewers that and supporters that got you there initially. I think a lot of times that it's not anyway. It just becomes, like you said, about money. Obviously, my channel's not monetized. I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this to get to know some of the people that are tuning into my channel and let them get to know each other. That's really, there's no financial benefit for me doing it. I can tell you that. Nasaro, hopefully I said that right. Hi, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate your support. These live streams are a great opportunity for creators to get to know their supporters, and then, you know, fellow supporters getting to know one another and support each other. So great to see you. Where are you from? Nasaro, where are you from? Terminator, I didn't even ask you where you're from, I don't think. Curly Bunny, where are you from? Obviously, you know based off the name of my channel that I'm from Wisconsin. Kind of a dead giveaway. Thank you, Terminator. Appreciate that. And by the way, I like your channel name. Brooklyn, New York. Wow. What a different environment you live in. You're from India. Okay. Your channel name is actually one of my favorite movies. If you ever watched The Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger, I think it came out in like 1982. It's a classic. I'll be back. It's a great movie. Concrete Jungle, man. That it is. I would be a fish out of water if I was in Brooklyn, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Arnold too. Love his movies. Especially his earlier, like the movies that he made during the 80s. Love those. The cost of living in Brooklyn must be extremely high. It's summer over there by you? Yeah, it's still winter. Still got lots of snow here on the ground. I'm actually looking out my window here. I'll turn it for you to look at. So we have lots of snow here still. Spring is on its way. It just doesn't feel like it. Doesn't seem like it, but we know it's going to be here sooner than later. Oh, yeah, you guys have that front that we got a couple days ago where we got 10 inches of snow. So makes sense that it would be out by you now 2 days later. We got dumped on 10 inches. It was kind of a bummer because we had melted quite a bit of snow. No snowfall right now. Price of gas is highest in North. What are you paying for a gallon over there now? Here, down here in our neck of the woods, it's right around $2.59 a gallon. Hotcakes, we're probably paying for a stack of 3, and we call those pancakes here, but I know what you mean. Pancakes here are probably 3-4 on, huh? Wow. Like you're paying twice what we are. Refineries in Canada, do you have any oil refineries that produce gas? I don't know, but I'm guessing that you don't. I know that you have like that frac sand, but I think they ship most of that out. Yeah, healthcare, that's true. You definitely have a good healthcare system up there, single payer. I'd really like to see that. Oh, Rolling went live. All right. To be checking him out now. Rolling just went live, you guys. He's going to be starting up his live stream right now. If you want to go check out what he's doing. All right, Curly, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. You take care. It's good talking to you. Stay safe out there in the concrete jungle. So Rolling Homestead's going live right now. All right, so I'm on Rollings right now.
I can hear you.
Yeah, okay, I see. I had to bring up another tab so I could see yours. It's not because we're not linked together.
A little delayed. Yeah, okay, I see. I had to bring up another tab so I could see yours because we're not linked together. Yeah, that's what I got. I got yours on one screen and I got mine on the other. I had to bring up another tab so I could